What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie here, back with another episode. Can you pick that one up for me,
Yeah.
please? Um, Thank you so much for joining us today. As you can see, we're doing something a little different here. So we will be breaking down Manchester United's game against Atletico Madrid, just using our tactical board. So if you have, I don't know what I'm going to say, but yeah, so if you saw our video earlier chatting about Manchester United's game, we will kind of just be talking about it a little bit more technically and tactically.
Yeah.
So thank you again for joining us.
Yeah. So as we know, Manchester United played a preseason match today against Atletico Madrid. They were successful in the game, but, more than just the scoreline showed, they were successful in a lot of different positions all over the field. So yeah, we kind of felt like, why not break out our tactical board and break down what went well for United and the parts of the area in which they were super successful. So that's kind of what we've got going on here. We're just going to set up our board and then we will get into it.
Yes. Should we put the numbers like up so that the camera is seeing them like
What do you
this,
mean?
like 9, like that? Or how does
Yeah. No,
does
that's
that
a good
work for
shout.
you?
That's a good shout.
All right, cool.
Oh, you
All
did
right.
that one as 9? All right.
Does it matter?
No, I mean, I don't know which one is which.
Oh, because the little line in it?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, yeah. I'll just put them all up for you and I'll let you set it up.
6, 8.
Alrighty. So I'm assuming this is Manchester United.
Oh, yeah.
The Reds.
All right. So we've got our United lineup. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. I can do this part.
So we got our United side. Now let's get our enemy set up.
Oh,
my bad.
no, that's fine.
Damn.
It's all good. You are good.
7. I guess those two could be switched. 7, 11. And then we've got our 10, our 8, our 6, and then our 5. So we'll just leave it like that.
All right. So talk to me, Millie. What are we looking at here?
So essentially, this is kind of like, I actually think Atletico Madrid was playing with 3 in the back. So let me actually fix this a little bit. I don't know what their midfield formation was. I would assume it was probably something like that.
Okay.
If we're being honest, because yeah, there were 5 in the back squad. So anyway, so we've set up here our grid, our United squad, and obviously the yellow is going to be Atletico today. So we're going to be chatting about, just some things that United did really well during the football match,
yes.
And kind of some of the key ways in which they broke down Atletico. So today we kind of saw a interesting lineup choice. So we had Membo up top as our number 9. We had Dorgu on the left as our 7. We had Ahmad over on the right. And then we had Shea Lacey as our 10, partnered with Mason Mount and André Santos in the midfield. At right back, we had Lenny Yoro, of course, partnered with Harry Maguire, Aiden Heaven, and then Luke Shaw on the left. And then in goal, Tom Heaton oversaw us today.
Okay.
So that was how United lined up in our pretty traditional 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
As we know, back 4, 2 midfielders, 3 attacking base players, and then our point forward.
Okay, got it. So, all right.
So start of the game, this is our lineup. This was kind of what United is trying to do. We're trying to typically build through the midfield, play into our midfielder. Today was Mason Mount doing a fantastic job of distributing balls to the other side of the pitch, but also playing forward. Also, Santos was fantastic today with his distribution and doing a good job of playing through the lines.
Okay.
So basically now what we'll do is we'll kind of set up how the lads would look when we had possession, which of course was most of the game today.
Yeah.
So we know that we were much, much higher up the pitch. Yeah. So let's say, so a lot of times today, this was kind of how we were set up. United had a lot of the ball. They weren't really able to get to us because United was playing so well. The key guys for us were really Santos and Mason Mount. Obviously, the space is a little bit tighter than what we would see on the pitch naturally.
Right, of
But if,
course.
like today, the key thing was these midfield entry passes into Mason Mount. He was doing a fantastic job of distributing, receiving the ball under pressure, and maintaining our possession as well. Another one who did a fantastic job was Santos. So what Santos would do sometimes, again, there are 9, let's say he was dropped back. Santos would sometimes drop into this kind of in between the center backs position and pick up the ball in this situation. This would allow Heaven to kind of push forward, and Shaw would be much higher because of Heaven kind of pushing on here.
Okay, so
Um,
this is Heaven.
this is Shaw.
Oh, that's Shaw.
This
That's
is Heaven
Heaven.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
So what Santos was doing was dropping back, receiving the ball kind of off Harry Maguire, and then Santos is immediately looking for these sorts of passes.
Okay.
So Santos was playing through the lines, and you see how he was playing through like defenders.
Yeah.
That is taking those players out of the game. So we're not
Ah,
having to dribble past them, not having to beat them. They're getting taken out of the game just with a pass.
wow.
So Santos was doing a great job of that. We also saw a lot of Santos's distribution today. So not only was he picking the ball up in this position, but then he was spraying balls out wide to not only Lenny Euro, but also to our outside mids in certain positions.
Okay.
So in him doing that, it forces us forward. It starts the attack. It triggers attacking action. So really brilliant from Santos when he was dropping into these sorts of positions. At other times, what we would see, let's see, let's pull these guys up a little bit, get them out the box. That's a 3. What's he doing here? Oh, right. Because they played with so many in the midfield because they're playing it back 3, which we hate that formation. We saw it fail for United. We know it's not the United way, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're defending a lead, but most times
Nah.
spare us with that. So yeah, essentially a lot of these moments in the game, Atletico was trying to press. They were trying to put pressure on the ball in these areas when United had the ball. But United was just brilliant with not only playing into Lacey playing it out wide and maintaining possession in their half of the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, United was patient in their attack. It was okay when sometimes, if Lacey picked the ball up, he's coming back to Mason Mount sometimes. And then Mount was looking to...
I was like, wait, I'm trying to move the ball.
Yeah, I looked away for a second. But yeah, so some of the times as well, Lacey would pick up the ball, find Mason Mount in space, and allow Mount to then transition out to our other side. So with the attack, with the build-up, there was a lot of patience with it, but there was still intention. These are still forward passes. Even though you're going back a little bit here, you're still in a very positive position in the field here.
Right, because you're not going back here and then back here and then trying to rebuild everything again.
Yeah, United really didn't settle for the pass backwards. We never really saw the ball go all the way back to Heaton, because our safe options, of course, were Aiden Heaven and then Harry Maguire, who were very immediately looking to get Santos or get Mason Mount on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a great job of that. And also, Shea Lacey, he was such a key guy today. He was popping up in all of these positions to pick up the ball from Mason Mount, also picking up the ball from players like Maguire when Maguire would play through the lines. Lacey was popping up in all of those spaces, and that's exactly what you want from your number 10. That's what Bruno does. He's popping up all over, and it makes it really difficult for these midfielders because you see in this situation, the 6 has a difficult decision to make here.
Yeah.
If they follow the 10, they've left this massive hole in the midfield. And so now the 8 either has to drop in to cover that space, or the 8 will have to go to that guy and allow the 6 to stay there. But you see that now creates a ton of space in this area for United. Okay. So now Harry Maguire was able to find this pass and allow Mason Mount to allow Mason Mount a lot of time and space on the ball. And Mason Mount was doing a fantastic job, again, of distributing passes wide, passes forward. He was doing a great job of that. But also what we saw in moments was when Santos would get on the ball as well. He was always looking to play these forward balls, playing into Brian and Mbembo's feet, allowing Brian to play off, drop the ball into Mount. And we were, looking for all of those different options. So, United's build, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of players that can hurt you in this 11.
Got you.
So, when Ahmad is picking up the ball, is he going to run at this outside back? In this situation, he would be faced up against a winger since they're playing a back 3. But if it was a traditional back 4, can Ahmad isolate against that outside back run at him, beat him, and look to get service in to the box. So those are going to be key moments, looking for that isolation. And that really gets exponentially easier when you have a player like Santos that's looking for those sorts of balls. So Santos, even though he's picking the ball up in a deep position, we know that he is still looking for these forward passes. He's looking to spray Ahmad. He's looking to get the ball out to maybe Dorgu, maybe someone who would be out on that wide position. That is the type of pass that Santos wants to play from the 6.
Okay.
And it's brilliant because as we skip lines, we're skipping passes in this area, and it kind of allows us to start our attack quicker.
Okay.
If you can get those direct sprayed balls out wide. And he was doing great with that.
Got it. So that service really does help like push the attack on and like start it, you said, quicker?
Yeah. Allows the attack to start quicker, kind of gets you up the field faster, gets you out of like any dangerous position you may be in. But then, on the flip side of that, on the defensive side of the ball, United was really, really good. So what we were seeing, let me get these guys set back up.
Yeah. Take your time.
Let's see their midfielder. Let's say their 6 has the ball. So their midfielders are a little higher at the field. And then they've got their back 3. So this guy's wide, center back. Yeah. Nice. All right. So on the flip side of the ball, what United was doing really well in the defensive end was immediately getting pressure on the ball. So when they were getting pressure on the ball, we didn't have individuals trying to start the press and doing it alone. So what would happen is all of our players, when we were off the ball, we kind of were like this, sitting. We were comfortable. We were man marked at the back. We know where all of their attacking players were. We had awareness of where their 9 was, and their midfield was clogged, even though they were up a man in the midfield. So when they would try to, let's say they're moving out to the right side, they were immediate pressure on the ball from United. And then when he plays this pass, because again, this was essentially the only pass that was on, we was immediate pressure from United once again. So then it would force them back. And now look at how many options this guy has.
Yeah.
Really none. Because even if their 10 showed, boom, Mason Mount was with them all game, all match. Anytime they tried to play through the lines, Santos was there, stealing everything, cutting off passes. Anytime their 6 actually did have space and tried to play the ball to the overlapping outside back, Lenny Euro was cutting out everything. He was chopping up all their plays and immediately bringing the ball forward. So the press from United was forcing them into uncomfortable positions all over the field and preventing them from really creating anything dangerous for United.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Yeah. So I was going to ask, like, when United is defending like this, is that considered like man marking, or like are they defending space, or is it like a mixture of both?
It's going to be a mixture of both, because essentially depending on where the press is starting. So sometimes it started with the 6. Other times the press started when their center back had it. So depending on what the game is asking for, the press could start at different positions. But typically, yes, when you're pressing, you want everybody to be man marked so that if they are going to receive a ball, they have to receive the ball under pressure. So it's important also, if you're staying with your man, you want to mark your man, but you also kind of want to try and clog this passing lane that could potentially go through the midfield.
Okay.
So if you're the 10, now you've got eyes on their 6, but now you're also blocking this guy from getting involved, right? So that passing lane is completely cogged. So now this center back now, and he has to chip this ball here, go a long ball, but we know our outside back's going to be right on top of him if he does that. Or he's got to play a pressurized pass into the midfield, which is exactly what we saw with the second goal. Fletcher picked it up, intercepted a sloppy pass in the midfield, went around, tap, and Wembo was there to finish.
Yeah.
So that is why United is setting this trap for teams. Essentially like, go ahead. Your center back's got it. No pressure on you. That's fine. But in a moment's notice, boom, there can be pressure. And that forces this guy to do things he doesn't want to do, like potentially play into the 9, where we know Harry Maguire is going to win the balls in the air. And even if they chip that ball out, again, we know the capabilities of Lenny Euro. So he's going to be winning balls, challenging in the air, everything. So United did a fantastic job of really, maintaining the shape defensively and not getting stretched, and prevented in Atletico Madrid from really having any true opportunities, except for the one late game where they hit the post.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Because was that kind of like sloppiness from United in that moment?
Just
Or
a little bit. We got a little bit pulled out of place. If I'm remembering the play correctly, they played into the midfield. I believe we had just finished an attack, so our 8 and 10 were a little bit high, dropping behind. And I believe what happened was our outside mid tried to come in to apply like pressure. But I can't remember the exact play, but I know they got a lot on the outside.
Yeah.
It was a ball into the box, but yeah, it was a little bit of like that quick transition moment. And that's always going to be a danger when you're sending this many numbers forward, right?
Okay.
So, United's playing in, and when we're getting into these spaces, our outside mid, our outside attackers, our wingers are going forward. These guys are going forward. Our 10, of course, is forward supporting the play. We're sending the 8 as well. Our 6 is holding our line to protect the back four, and everybody's stepping up. But when we do that, we're also sending our outside backs. So United will have a lot of numbers forward.
Yeah.
So it's really important that when we do send numbers, United is able to, when we send numbers, that transition back is going to be so immense. But also in those moments, if we turn the ball over, say our attacker loses the ball, if United is able to pressure immediately, it gives everybody else more time to drop and get into their positions. And so Santos actually did a fantastic job of that today a few times, where essentially, someone, let's say it was their 8, was picking up the ball and running at us. And Santos was doing a great job of applying pressure to this person to slow them up in the midfield in order to allow Mason Mount and Shea Lacey to get back into position.
Got it.
And so like this role, again, it's massively important because Santos's positioning is the difference between a fast break and us potentially getting scored on and, easily winning the ball back.
Okay.
And so that's what happened a lot today. Atletico was clearing the ball, but a lot of times they were clearing it right to Santos, who had time and space, or they were clearing it to Heaven, who had time and space. I think United did a lot of things well in the match throughout the game. And you can kind of see, again, what Carrick is trying to institute in the squad in the way that he wants them to play. And I think they did overall a really, really great job of maintaining that structure throughout the match. That's basically all. But yeah, I think United, they did really well. Santos was a standout for me. Mason Mount was a standout for me. Of course, Shea Lacey had a fantastic game, won the penalty for the goal. Didn't look out of place or out of touch at all. Looks right up to speed with the full squad. Ahmad, great to see him back from vacation.
Yes,
like I was talking about in our coverage of the match earlier, really just want to see him be selfish a little bit and initiate that killer instinct to get his own goals, because I really don't think there are many defenders in the league that can handle Amad Diallo.
Yeah, true.
And same with Brian, great pace, great work setting the line of attack. Dorgu on the right got some steep competition, of course, with Cunha, Rashford coming back. But Dorgu's pace and athleticism kind of will allow him to also play left back. So if Shaw needs a break, or if we have a Champions League match back to back after a Premier League match, and there's only 3 days of rest, Dorgu could slot in not only at the left mid, but also at the left back position. So his versatility is going to make him a key player.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. And of course, we know we've got Kobe Mainoo coming back, who can play as the 8. Kobe Mainoo can also play as the 6. We know Bruno Fernandes locked down our 10. Tielemans can also play as the 8. So we've got a lot of options, a lot of people who can fit into these positions on the field, and really shine and really thrive. We'll just see what happens. But again, you can see what Carrot. Yeah, that guy got in the way plenty of times today.
This is what happened today.
Yeah, just clogging up passing lanes for real.
Sorry. Anyway.
But yeah, so United, they had a really good structure, very organized, and that is what led them to so much success in this game. They really dominated Atletico, really forced Atletico back into their own half, and were able to do so with their possession, but also creating chances by having that purpose. So it was really great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dang, well, thanks for that breakdown, Millie. That was really helpful to see. Cool. I am, loving the tactical board personally.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot, so I appreciate you kind of going through and breaking down the game specifically today
Yeah.
because yeah, it's fun to talk about it, but it's also really cool to see it kind of like broken down in this way.
For sure. Yeah,
So
yeah. So more to come. Let's see what else Carrick's got in store for us. The lads look great today, and
yeah,
I'm really excited for this match against PSG.
yeah, me
So it's
too.
preseason now, but we'll be doing this throughout the season. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
so
all. Those were our full thoughts and our tactical breakdown of Manchester United's 2-1 win over Atletico de Madrid in the preseason Snapdragon tournament. So, preseason games, the guys are getting up to speed, and we can see Carrick's vision clearly.
yes,
So,
absolutely. So if you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.